Hello everyone, welcome to Endless English. I am glad to meet you all through this video. In any language, grammar plays a significant role, tenses play a major role. So it's very important to learn grammar as well as the tenses. You know what is called a verb. An action word is called a verb. This verb only expresses the tenses. Tenses tell us whether the action is done in the present or in the past or in the future. So it's very important to learn about tenses. If you learn tenses, your communication will be understandable. So shall we see about the tenses in this video lesson?
There are 12 tenses, 3 simple tenses, 3 continuous tenses, 3 perfect tenses, 3 perfect continuous tenses. Simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense. Present continuous, past continuous, future continuous. Present perfect tense, past perfect tense, future perfect tense. Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. So altogether there are 12 tenses. We are going to see in this video lesson the first 3 simple tenses: simple present, simple past and simple future. Let's see the first simple tense, simple present tense. It refers to an action that takes place in the present. It doesn't speak about the completion of the action. It is used to speak about an action which happens on a regular basis. For example, I go to music class. I go to school. நான் music class போகிறேன். நான் பள்ளிக்கு போகிறேன். Here we are not speaking about the completion of the action. Here we speak about the action that goes regularly. So this is what called a simple present tense. Here we must learn the 3 persons: first person, second person, third person. I and we are first person, I singular, we plural. You for second person in singular and plural. He, she, it, they are for third person, he, she, it singular, they plural. Next we must know how the verb is used in the present tense with these persons when they come as subject. We must use the basic form of verb V1 with the first person singular and plural, second person singular and plural, third person plural. Example, I play tennis, you play tennis, they play tennis. Take the verb play. This is the basic form of verb. We use the verb as such without any change in these sentences. Whereas when we use the third person singular, we must add s with the verb. Take the example, he plays tennis. Play is the basic form of verb. With this we add yes and we write the sentence, he plays tennis. So we must add yes with the verb when we use the third person singular he, she, it as subject. Here you see the pattern of the simple present verb in the statement, negative and interrogative. The pattern of the present verb in the statement is subject plus verb plus object. I like tea. He likes tea. As I said earlier, we must add yes with the verb when we use the third person singular. He is the third person singular, so we add yes with the verb like. So the sentence is, he likes tea. The pattern of the present verb in negative, subject plus don't or doesn't plus main verb plus object. Example, I don't like tea, he doesn't like tea. Why it is doesn't? Because of the third person singular. So when we use the third person singular he, she, it, we must use yes with the verb in statement, does plus not plus verb in negative. For the other persons like first person singular or plural, second person singular or plural, third person plural, we must use do plus not plus verb. In interrogative sentence, question word plus do or does plus subject plus verb plus object. Here do for first person singular or plural, second person singular or plural, third person plural. Does for third person singular. So the example, what do you like? What does he like? Here does for third person singular. Next, yes or no type questions. Do you like tea? Does he like tea? Here do plus sit plus main verb plus object. Here also do for first person singular or plural, second person singular or plural, third person plural. does plus subject plus main verb plus object, does for third person singular. The be form of verbs are am, is, or, was, were. Am, is, or present tense. Am a doctor in statement. Am not a doctor in negative. Are you a doctor? An yes or no type question. What are you? An interrogative sentence. Where do we use the present tense? There are 9 places for present tense: habitual action, universal truth, planned future, historic present, commentary, dramatic purpose, direct speech, conditional clause, news headlines. The first one is habitual action. What is a habitual action? Habitual action refers to an action that occurs regularly. It means our habits. See the examples. I buy milk daily. We read newspaper. He runs in the morning. You go to bed early. She cooks daily. All these actions refer to our habits, so they are all called habitual actions. In all these sentences, we use the present tense. Check the verbs in these sentences. Buy, read, runs, go, cooks. All these verbs are in present tense. I buy milk daily. நான் தினமும் பால் வாங்குகிறேன். We read newspaper. நாங்கள் செய்தித்தாள் படிக்கிறோம். He runs in the morning. அவன் காலையில் ஓடுகிறான். You go to bed early. நீ சீக்கிரம் படுக்கைக்கு செல்கிறாய். She cooks daily. அவள் தினமும் சமைக்கிறாள். So when you check these sentences, we use the present tense for habitual actions. The next one is universal truth. It refers to facts and signs that are common for all. Example, the sun rises in the east. This is a universal truth. 5 is greater than 3. It's a fact. They are all common universally, so we use the present tense. Next one is planned future. It refers to an action that's planned or set in calendar. See the example. Kate has an exam on Monday. My flight arrives in Delhi at 5 o'clock. Though these actions are going to happen in future, we use present tense because they are already scheduled. They are called planned future. So for planned future, we use the present tense. Here we see the historic present and the news headlines. Historic present. It refers to the use of present tense for an event happened in the past for an immediate effect. Take the example. Caesar enters the court and orders to bring Metellus. Actually, it is a past incident. But to give a good effect to the listener, to make our speech lively, to draw the interest of the listener, we use the present tense here. Next, news headlines. Present tense is used to refer to a news that occurred in the past. Actually, the news is a past news, but we use the present tense. Flood devastates 12 villages. The flood devastated 12 villages, but to create interest among the readers, we use the present tense here. Here we see the commentaries and dramatic purpose. In the commentaries and scenes in drama, we use the present tense. Commentaries. Present tense is used in the commentaries or events happening in the present moment. Example, the ball hits the net, Rana strikes 6. We watch cricket match or any other match, isn't it? You might have listened to commentators using the present tense in the commentaries like in the examples. Next, dramatic purpose. It means describing a dramatic scene. Shylock brings the bond, Romeo attends the party. We act in the drama, we watch the drama. The dramatic scenes are presented in the present tense. So, commentaries and the scenes in the drama are presented in the present tense. Present tense is used in direct speech and conditional clause type 1. Direct speech. In direct speech, present tense is used. The teacher says, I conduct test today. Here check the verb says and conduct. These two verbs are given in present tense. Then conditional clause type 1. There are 3 types of conditional clause. In type 1, we use present tense. See the example. If you work hard, you will come up in your life. Take the subordinate clause. If you work hard. Work is in present tense. So in conditional clause type 1, we use present tense. Let's get into the simple past tense. The verb in the past tense refers to an action that happened in the past. Take the example. We went tour last year. Last week I watched a movie. கடந்த வருடம் நான் சுற்றுலா சென்றேன். கடந்த வாரம் நான் ஒரு மூவி பார்த்தேன். Check the verbs in these sentences. These verbs speak about the action that was over, that was completed. Here we are going to learn how we can create past tense with the regular verbs. By adding d with the verb ends with the e, by adding ed with the verbs ends with the vowel plus y, by adding ied with the verbs ends with the consonant plus y, and sometimes we double the consonants and add ed with the words. Go through the examples to know how to create past tense with the irregular verbs. Here we see how to make the simple past negatives with the be verb, do verb, have verb. Was and were are the past form of be, so the negatives are was plus not, were plus not. I was well is the affirmative sentence, I was not well is the negative sentence. They were kind, they were not kind. The king was injustice, the king was not injustice. The next one is negative with the do verb. She attended the meeting. The verb attended is past tense. This can be divided into did plus attend. So the negative sentence is she did not attend the meeting. I met my friend is the affirmative sentence. Met is the past verb. This can be divided into did plus meet. So the negative sentence is I didn't meet my friend. It had food. Had is the past verb. This can be divided into did plus have. So the negative sentence is it didn't have food. Now the negative with the have verb. I had money. I had no money is the negative sentence. Or you can write I didn't have money. Here we are going to learn how to make affirmative sentence and interrogative sentence in past tense. I went to the supermarket is the affirmative sentence. Here went is the past verb. This can be divided into did plus go. So the interrogative sentence is where did you go? You lived in New York. Lived is the past verb. So for yes or no type question, you can write did you live in New York? The same way, she played football. Played is the past verb. This can be split into did plus play. So the polar question for this statement is did she play football? So when you make an interrogative sentence, we can use the auxiliary verb did plus main verb. Let's get into future tense. Future tense refers to an action which is to occur in future. The structure of the sentence is subject plus shall or will plus verb. Shall or will is used to indicate the future action. See the examples. We shall do it well. Normally, shall is used with the first person INV. We is first person, so shall is used here. My brother will come next week. Will is used with the second person and third person. My brother is third person, so will is used. I will give you a computer. We will help you surely. In these two examples, I and we are first person. Though I and we are first person, will is used here because this action is going to happen surely. We shall do it well. நாங்கள் அதை நன்றாக செய்வோம். My brother will come next week. என் சகோதரன் அடுத்த வாரம் வருகிறான். I will give you a computer. நான் உனக்கு ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் தருவேன். We will help you surely. நாங்கள் உனக்கு கண்டிப்பாக உதவி செய்வோம். It's easy to make negative sentence and question in future tense. We add not with will or shall to make negative sentence. I will come tomorrow. I will not come tomorrow. I will come tomorrow is an affirmative sentence. I will not come tomorrow is a negative sentence. Likewise, we shall go there. We shall not go there. He will join the party. He will not join the party. You will see him tomorrow. You will not see him tomorrow. Next, questions in future tense. First question word, then will or shall plus subject plus main verb. When is the question word? Will is the auxiliary verb in future tense. You is the subject. Write is the main verb. The test is the object. So, when will you write the test? Polar question. For yes or no type question, the question begins with the will or shall plus subject plus main verb. Continue with the adjective or adverb. Ends with the question mark. See the example. Will you listen to me? Will is the auxiliary verb in future tense. You is the subject. Listen is the main verb. To me is the object. Let's read the examples given in present tense. My father goes to gym every day. She loves to play basketball. She thinks he is very handsome. I run every weekend. We play tennis every morning. Does he write an email? They talk too much. Does he go to school? It usually rains every day here. It smells very delicious in the kitchen. My son lives in London. My sisters do the ironing. Let's continue with the examples. They make the bed. My father always washes the cars. My teacher sometimes forgets his keys. I like ice cream. The students wear the uniform. It smells very delicious in the kitchen. Alex brushes her teeth twice a day. He gets up early every day. They speak English in USA. We generally sing songs all together. We go to a gallery every Sunday. They drive their kids to school every day. We walk slowly. Here the positive sentences and negative sentences in past tense are given. Questions are also given. Match the following negative sentence with the questions.
Hello my dear ones. In this video you have learned the three simple tenses. The simple present tense, the simple past tense, simple future tense. Go through the video carefully, understand the tenses. Learn the tenses, practice the tenses and understand them very well with the examples. In the next video, we will continue with the remaining tenses. Till then, it's bye from Vijaya Edison. Thank you.